long logs delivery to the sawmill in Chernokamensk. Hello everybody and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. We are driving a PLAD 450, the newest and latest addition to our fleet, and a nice addition I might add. We're driving it through the sawmill here after turning our truck around. We're going to go and get another load. So we want to show you the easiest and quickest way to the log station to get a load of long logs and bring it back to the sawmill for manufacturing into wooden planks for later contracts or tasks that you have to perform. Now this PLAD, like I said, is our latest addition, and we're going to put it through its paces because we want to see how capable of a truck it is compared to the Avonhorn A15 and the Kenworth 963. Two of my favorite trucks. And we're going to see if this one measures up. Now as you come onto the ice here, make sure you stick to the right hand side, because as you can see the ice is breakaway over there. It's already breaking underneath the tires, and in the middle there you can tell it's not that solid. So if you stay on the side, then you can drive over the trees and the boulders. Luckily enough that the PLAD has got fairly big tires, at least as big as the Avonhorn, maybe a little bit smaller than the Kenworth. So, and you can drive over the boulders and the smaller ones and not have any problems. Now, normally if I was loaded up with logs, I wouldn't do that, because I'd like to, when I got a load on the back of the truck, I like to try and keep the truck at least as flat and as steady as possible, because then the rear tires will follow us along wherever we happen to go on the off track. That's okay. And you got to watch out here also on the side of the ice. Some of these shards are loose and they will get caught underneath your truck and they'll slide along with you and sometimes cause a little damage. So the order of the day is go a little slow, you know. Speed just doesn't work in this game anyhow. So if you go too fast, you're going to give yourself nothing but all sorts of trouble. So going a little bit slower than normal is the best way to go, until you get up on the road, of course, but through here. Now this here little ski hill, it just kind of tilts from side to side with dips in it all over the place. Now you got to remember, where we are going, we have to come back the exact same route. So we got to come down this road with long logs. So, you know, scope it out a little bit. I've been over this road a few times, so I know that if you go slow and take it easy, there again, you're going to be okay. Now as we get to the top here, there's a road up top, obviously, as you can see with the pole and the electrical lines up there. We're going to turn to the left, and then we'll be heading through a little covered bridge. Well, I don't know if it's really covered. It's covered by metal, I guess. A little bridge here. We're going to go through the bridge, and just on the left-hand side, on the other side of the bridge, is a log station. Now you can see how close by that is. That isn't a long ways away. So as we're coming around here, when we pull into the log station, the loading zone is right near the entrance, and there's no point in loading up and then driving around to turn around through the deep mud. We might as well drive through the deep mud and the turnaround before we load up. As you can see right there where the little tree came on the screen, that's where you load up. So we might as well just turn it around first and be on the way heading out. Now this Avonhorn's got this is the PLAD. I see, now I'm starting to forget what I'm driving. This PLAD's got plenty of power. It equals the power of the Avonhorn and the Kenworth, no problem. Yeah, it's got a little bit extra fuel on the roof. You got a 300-liter tank, but he uses a lot less fuel than the Avonhorn, which is a big plus, you know. But it can't carry a maintenance cargo with 300 extra liters of fuel either. So, and when you put the flat deck on it, he's got a 2-slot flat deck, just like the Avonhorn. However, with the PLAD, you can put the crane on there too. So that helps it out a little. It makes it a little bit better. Now, as we're into the loading zone, we're going to load up the long logs and drive away. Now, it's a little freaky when the very first time you do this with the loads and the logs in the back of the truck. Now, I know a little bit about a log station. I used to drive a Wagner in real life that unloaded the logging trucks like these kind in one swoop. It was just like a huge forklift. So I know a little bit about logs and logging trucks and stuff like that. But this load is going to stay right where it is. You wait and see. Now we're going to get back through the little bridge again. And as you know, we came up on the right hand side, so we got to go back down that same bumpy ski hill I guess you want to call it. And we want to try and attack it as straight as possible, so we go over a little bit to the left before we go in, take it a little bit wider, and then go straight down. Now, I usually like to let the truck kind of go by itself. You don't want to give it too much throttle because you don't want to really have any speed going down, because gravity will do the work for you. So we're just going to kind of ride it over the bumps and maybe guide it to where we think it might be a little bit flatter, and you'll be okay. As you can see, it kind of bounces back and forth a little bit, but it's fairly solid on the tires there, so not too much of a problem. Now here again, you don't have any choice. You have to go over top of these boulders, but I try to avoid them now because I'm loaded up. I try to avoid them whenever I can. And the same thing with the ice. Like I said there again, some of these big chunks of ice are loose, and sometimes they will get caught underneath your truck, underneath your load in front of the tires, and then you'll end up having to either pull the tires over top of you or you'll get damage from it. So just take it easy, go a little bit slower, go around the boulders and around the big chunks of ice, and you got the room, so you don't have to worry about running off into the water or anything like that. And as we're just coming around the corner, on the next one I take it extra wide, where the corner where I drove over top of the boulders, we're just going to try and miss it with the truck part of it and go around it. But in the meantime, still keeping an eye out for breakaway ice, anything that could become a problem for you. Right over here, we're going to go around those boulders, and we'll let the trailer follow wherever it may. We're not too worried about the back end. As long as the front end is solid, if the back end tips a little bit, well, that's okay. That's not too big of a problem. Now you see here that big chunk of ice is sliding along with us, but we're going slow enough and he's going to pull it right over top of it. And here again, you got to stick to the side of the water here. And if you do have to drive over boulders, well, boulders are better than going through the ice, I suppose. So we're going to come along here, and you can see the ice is already broken there. And you can drive back and forth through there quite a few times and not have any problems, but you've got to stick to the side. And then we're on our way right back up into the Sawmill. Now that was a nice, quick, and easy way to get there. Not very difficult. I really enjoy these short little trips. They're fun to do. You know, and I hope that you got some tips and tricks out of this here video, and I hope to see you back again at OpaFett Gaming real soon, because SnowRunner is becoming a big part of our channel, and we're going to try and put some more tasks out, that finished contracts. We're looking at getting to the liftoff of the rocket ship in Cosmodrome. Until then, you've been running through the snow, delivering long logs with me, the OpaFett.